Today I thought I'd do a mini DIY for a Loki gator. First, you'll need to find a toy alligator, which you can find at pretty much every hobby store, but mini DIYs by their nature have no budget, so I'm using an old bag of zoo animals, stolen from a daycare center. It's fine, they don't play with toys. They don't care, they have phones. They all have phones. Wow, no alligators. Oh, right there. Super, perfect. We got a video. For this build, I used paint, super glue, goggles, a rotary tool, an alligator, these prop making tools, and a big old bag of Legos, some of which have not aged well. Scissors, razor pens, and a box cutter. This is a little, not quite half sphere. It's actually the bulb from a painting tray that comes in a set of tester's paint. I just cut it out of the tray. The helmet dome sits kind of high and doesn't really conform to the alligator. So I'm going to trim a slight curve in the front and back with a pair of scissors, which is actually, I was about to say easier said than done, but you just cut a straight line, and because it's curved plastic, it bends into a perfect curve, and now it conforms. Next, I dug around the Lego accessory bag and found this set of horns, I guess from a Lego cow? Oh. Alright, I think the vise is overkill, so I used PIM particles to bring it down to size. I secured it into the vise. You don't want to do it like exactly halfway, because the saw blade itself is gonna have width and it's gonna eat like a millimeter of plastic, and then the horns will be uneven. I'm gonna use the narrow rotary bit. You can't see right now, but I'm wearing safety goggles. You always want to do that when using one of these narrow bits, because sometimes they snap. I don't know, this is a pretty good brand. This hasn't snapped yet, but it used to be a huge problem. And a lot of the debris is gonna go at your face. If you can, you might even want to attach something larger to that in case it goes off the desk. There's still a little bit off. This one's a bit longer. I'll have to sand that down a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna use the drum bit. This is a lot safer than the other one. Way to stay in frame. Now that those are approximately the same length, I'm gonna attach them to the dome. I'm gonna attach these with super glue. It's not gonna set up instantly. Oh, and it glued to my skin before it glued to the horn. Super. I don't know, it seems like whenever I'm actually gluing a prop or something with the super glue, it takes like 15 minutes, but if it ever touches my skin, it's like instantaneous. Alright, I had to hold that in place for quite a while actually. So I'm gonna use a lot less super glue on the next one. I mean, if I have a choice about it, it's not always predictable. A good way to get a better attachment point is to also sand the helmet, but I didn't really think that was necessary. Let's do a quick test fitting. Nice. Alright, so now I gotta paint it gold. I'm gonna paint it with Tester's Gold. It's a gloss enamel. Put down some scrap cardboard just to protect my cutting mat. And what I'm doing now is waiting for the super glue to fully cure. Gotta give it a good shake because Tester's paint tends to separate. Give it enough time. I painted it up. I have nothing else to say under this style. You just paint it. You just paint it. Try not to get your fingerprints in it. If you can secure it, that's a good way to do that. I was gonna use low heat hot glue, but sometimes even low heat hot glue will melt this type of plastic. At any rate, I was just a little bit more careful not to knock it over, as I knock it over there. And it came out fine. So I set it aside to dry. And then, when it dried, I set it on the alligator, and I've created a monster! Alright, thanks for watching this mini DIY. Hope you enjoyed it. Just want to do something small that I could do in an afternoon before jumping into the next crazy robot or spaceship. It's like, hey, maybe tackle a molehill before a mountain, you know? Just take a breath, especially when you've been dealing with resin fumes all week. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of the short videos down below. If you want to see more of the larger builds, you can always head on over to the Patreon page. And yeah, that's it. Happy crafting. See you later. Nom nom nom.